Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. A little about me, my name is Lonnie. I'm a hairstylist and I work about 4 days a week. I just moved into a really nice salon suite and I love budgeting. This is really fun for me. So I asked my Instagram followers what they'd like to see, if they were interested in budgeting, and a lot of you guys are. So let's start here. I'm using a Happy Planner. These things have been my addiction for a long time. I like them because they're disc bound and you can like remove your stuff. So yeah, let's jump into it. So this is my goals for December. I can't believe it's December 2020. We're here, guys. Hopefully this is a good year. Here are my goals. I have some credit cards that I want to pay off. Usually I pay off my credit cards at the end of the month. November was a little bit difficult for me. I took some time off. COVID is crazy. So luckily, I didn't get diagnosed with COVID, but it's very heavy in our states right now. So yeah, I have some leftover balance from our credit cards. I want to start fresh in January. Hopefully I can. If not, February would be nice. My credit cards aren't too bad for the balances. They're, I think, around 500 to 600 for the total balance. So number 2, my cousin is going to Nashville for her bachelorette party. I'm so excited. We're all going in March. So she paid for the flight. I have to pay her back, and then I have to pay the Airbnb cost as well. So I want to get that done out of the way as well. Third goal is to bulk up our joint savings and our bill savings. What we do that I have just found out within like this last year, I didn't have any savings or like backup plan when COVID hit, which is irresponsible, especially as a small business. Luckily I was surrounded with a lot of support during that time, and I did end up taking out a personal loan just to back myself up. But we figured out to separate our paychecks into weeks. So because I'm a hairstylist and I don't have like a normal paycheck, I decided to pay myself weekly and kind of break up all of our finances per week. And it's helped out a lot. So that's our bill savings. Like I break up our total bills into our savings account weekly, and then it just bulks up until the next month. So this has helped us so much to not like live paycheck to paycheck. That's been amazing. I'll get more into that as the video goes. And then number 4 is rebuild Sola savings. So the suite I'm at now is at Sola Salons, and before I moved I made sure I had a big savings to go in case COVID hit again, and I took some money out to take time off. So over here is like my goal tracker, so I'll be able to fill in some things, which will be really fun and hopefully keep me on track like visually. I like to see like colors and like trackers and stuff like that. So I would definitely suggest that if you're more of a visual person, like have fun with this. So this is our monthly spread. Yeah, all of our bills are listed out here, which I definitely recommend doing because sometimes with like subscriptions or just little charges here and there, you don't know how much you're adding up to, and it's really nice to kind of just get a full-on viewpoint of what's going on in your banking account. So I have written out everything here. I kind of did a little analysis, I think it was last month, And I noticed like our subscriptions are kind of high, but we just got HBO Max. We've been watching Game of Thrones like daily. It's saved our mental health and our entertainment. And like we get Netflix with our T-Mobile. Hulu was $2, but now it's $6. Spotify used in the salon and stuff like that. So let me go down the list and explain. My house rent, I usually add up like where it's coming from because I have, let's see, I have my main checking account, I have my personal credit card, I have my salon credit card, I have my Cosmoprof credit card, I have our bill savings, and then probably another one that I'm spacing. So it's nice for me to just like label and then see where it comes out. Because sometimes I get overwhelmed and I'm like, did I pay that? But I did, but I didn't pay off the credit card for that, etc., etc. So it sounds kind of confusing, but I'm trying to like get a system down. HBO Max is amazing. It's kind of spendy, but it has different things than the other subscriptions we have. Microsoft is for Wade. Wade is my husband. You might see his name in my videos or like on my planner or something like that. Yeah, he plays video games, so that's a subscription for him. Our sub is our power and our water and sewage. So that's all together. Wi-Fi, T-Mobile. So T-Mobile covers me, my husband, my mom, and her tablet. So that's why it's kind of high. Plus it has Netflix for free, which is only like $15. But yeah. And we just got brand new phones. Probably wasn't the smartest thing to do, but I held on to my iPhone forever. I had an iPhone 6 and I splurged with an iPhone 11 because I do hair and most of my like phone usage is for pictures and like posting on social media. So I needed a new phone. Like it was dying like every couple hours. It was bad. So that's why that T-Mobile bill is so high. I wish it was lower. Maybe in the future I can tackle down those phone payments. We have Amazon Prime. We use it a lot, and we use the streaming services as well. Mom is just a payment. She helped me financially one time, so I'm paying her back. Bank loan is the personal loan I took out for the COVID freeze or shutdown. Thrivers is a special group I'm in that I subscribe to monthly. It's a very, I feel like it's a very rare thing to get into it because it's so in demand. That's why it's still on my list. And I can go back and look at hairstylist education, and it's really useful, especially for like behind the scenes stuff and like, yeah, more of the business aspect of hairstyling. Federal taxes. The first year I was independent, I needed to do a payment plan, and I'm still paying it off, and I will hopefully be done with that next year, in the middle of next year. I want to knock out my bank loan and the federal taxes, within the next year, probably the next like 7 months. So, and then Spotify, I use that in the salon. Hulu is great for like new stuff to watch. We don't have cable. I really like all of our subscriptions. We go back and forth a lot on them. This is my salon rent. So it comes out weekly. It's $214 a week. And yeah, I just have to budget that. So, and then a little note here, I have to pay my yearly insurance with them by the 31st. So we have our savings tracker and then accounts and debts. This is the remaining balance from the Nashville flight, the mom loan, Federal tax is still, like, it's not hefty, but it's like, oh my god, that was like 2018. Like, I want to get it over with. The bank loan, and then Nashville Airbnb, which is due like in January. So yeah, those are my totals. I like to have a total here, and then I pay about, I think about 75% of the bills, and because my paychecks are higher and I can do that, plus a lot of them, like T-Mobile, I have a percentage that I take out for taxes, Spotify, stuff like that. Like, some of them are business expenses rather than like everyday expenses. And then Wade gives me a flat $400 for half a rent, and then like little things in between. So technically, yeah, it gets split up pretty equally. This is going to be my new tracking. Oh, I love that I color coded them. I will be writing down, since it's the second and I actually have things to write down, I will get to writing them down today. But I will be tracking all of my expenses. This is so I can keep myself accountable and know where my money is being spent. So this is accounts and savings. So this would be like my gas and groceries. I have a Christmas fund. I have, like our joint savings together. I have my SOLA savings. I have, a lot of different savings to track in here. My checking is pretty much the biggest one. This one has a front and back page because I have my checking and my savings in the same place. So, and then I pay, so what happens is it's like a catch-all account. It's where I get paid, where I pay my bills, where I pay my credit cards. Sometimes I spend on it, but most of the time I spend on my credit card just because I know the balance and I can just shuffle it over there. And then my bills savings is in that checking account. So I have like a checking and a savings, and I swap money in and out of that. So it can get really confusing, especially like, I don't know why my bank is so, it feels like very behind sometimes. So I have to like write down like, oh, if I paid like $500 in bills and it doesn't come out, I never want to be negative or be like short. So there's that. Personal credit card, I really want to stop spending on this and hopefully just use it as bills in the future, because it's gotten away from me a couple times and I never wanted this credit card to do that. So, like fast food and stuff like that is just not healthy. So yeah, my number one priority is to pay this one off. And then my salon credit cards. So I have one, just salon expenses, and then I have a Cosmoprof credit card, which is where I buy like all my color, my supplies, my retail, etc., etc. I used to just have my salon credit card, but Cosmoprof opened theirs and I get like 3% back, which when I'm buying like $300 to $500 almost a week, or like every other week, that adds up. So yeah, I'm excited. And these are my weekly paycheck goals. So like I said, usually we because Wade gets paid once a month, so his is just like flat out, he budgets for the month and then it's pretty much done for. I have to be weekly so I can get my head in the game and make sure everything's getting paid off correctly. So these are my goals. I have my SOLA rent, which is, my salon space. The rest of December bills, I already have pretty much most of December paid for, like saved up for, but it's just I need this little bit. Gas and food is $90 a week, and then whatever is remaining from that, I will put towards my credit cards or the Nashville trip. So right here, since it's empty, my goal is $100, but whatever's left, pretty much, like, this is $567, the total right here. So if I make $700 a week, I will just subtract 700 with this and then put this here. Same with the other ones. The 15th, I'll finally be saving up for January, and that makes me happy. So I break down, let's see, 1,200 is for, so, sorry, I'm trying to do math. Wade gives me $400, and then I save up 4 weeks with 300, which would be 1,200. So he gives me 400, so that leaves us with like 150 left over. My goal is to just start saving that extra because I'm already putting away this January bills. I want to build up our savings, which was 1,000, and then over the year it's gone down to like, I think we're at empty now. So I want to rebuild that again, just for future, in case of emergencies, or if, you know, like we want to buy a house probably in the next 5 to 10 years. So that'd be cool. That'd be cool too. So yeah, gas and food is $90 each week. Same with the January bills, and then same with the debt and the Nashville trip. So January will be paid the 5th, and I'm really excited because then it'll be February that's going to be saved up and paid for. I hope that makes sense. It's like saving, you're basically a month ahead in bills, and this has helped us so much because sometimes, like, if you look here, and I've heard this with my clients too, like, if we were to pay all of this within the first week, I would be dead. Not dead, but like, that's a lot. And we have a pretty cheap rent payment. That's why we've been here for so long, because we know it's really cheap. So for like this, that would be almost 900, maybe like 850, closer to 850. But that's a lot, you know, especially if I'm only working 4 days a week. I can hustle and I can make a lot of money. Like, I think my highest has probably been $1,000 for 4 days, probably more than that, but that's like a consistent, like, high number. I usually aim for like 600 to 700. And that's just me not like overworking or stressing myself out. So yeah, building like a month ahead is so nice. So if you're really struggling, like working paycheck to paycheck, I've seen a lot of videos where, you know, if you don't need Amazon, or if you can call and get your Wi-Fi, or, you know, like little bills, if you can call and cut them, do it, and then save whatever's left. Like, when I pay off the bank loan and the federal taxes, all of that is just going to roll over into my savings account. So I'm still going to have the same amount of money, like, per month getting taken out, but it's going to something different. So yeah, I'm so excited to share some finances with you guys, especially like my fellow hairstylists. If you need any help, I would love to help you. Like, maybe not on a personal level right now, since it's going to be Christmas and it's going to be crazy. But if you have any questions, maybe leave them in the comments, or yeah, leave them in the comments if you want me to touch up on more things. Like, if you want to see my color expenses, if you want to see how much I spent on retail, etc., etc. Like, I would love to do that. I feel like the budgeting of a hairstylist isn't really talked about. You know, it's a lot that goes into like our final cost when we, you know, present. Like, a balayage for me is like 170 to 250, and it totally depends on like how much color I use, what my time is worth, etc., etc. So yeah, I think it would be awesome. And if you're not a hairstylist, you know, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'd love to, you know, get together with you guys and film more content. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy.